BAFTA's London headquarters played host to an intimate and revealing conversation between two of Britain's most compelling South Asian performers on Tuesday evening. Anjana Vasan, the Singapore-based Indian-origin actor behind Channel 4's breakout hit We Are Lady Parts and Netflix's Black Mirror, Demon 79, sat down with British-Pakistani comedian writer Mawaan Rizwan, creator of BBC Three's surreal family comedy, Juice, for a wide-ranging discussion about identity, creativity, and the challenges facing Asian talent in the UK industry. The conversation, part of BAFTA's 1-to-1 series in partnership with the UK TV Asian Inclusion event, saw both performers reflect on their journeys from the margins to mainstream recognition. Rizwan, who won the 2024 BAFTA TV Award for Male Performance in a Comedy for Juice, joked about keeping his award in his bathroom because it stares at me, and I think it's adding pressure, adding with a laugh that he should probably give it to his mother because she would enjoy the showing off a lot more. Rizwan, who transitioned to writing after experiencing the limitations of available roles, described his motivation bluntly. The writing was out of necessity, really, because I always wanted to act, but then, you know how it is like when you're starting out, you just get sent up for stuff that's so reductive. He explained how early rejection shaped his creative voice. When you know what limits you and what reduces you, you get really clear about what sets you free. And I think that's been the sort of ammo for the writing. Both performers addressed the persistent pressure to represent entire communities through their work, a burden that often overshadows discussions of their craft. Vasan described the frustration of being asked about racism and representation in brief interview windows. Sometimes I feel like, okay, it's, 2:30 p.m. on a Tuesday and a journalist is asking you lots of questions and just before the interview ends, so just before we end racism, have you ever? Okay, well, that's actually a really big question. She contrasted this with coverage of white performers. I will read a long article at The Guardian or Vanity Fair, something about a brilliant actor, often white or posh, and they will be talking about their love of gardening and how it informs acting and meditation. And often I feel like I don't think you're genuinely curious about why I am an actor. I think you're curious about how I managed to do it, and that's a problem for me, because why is it so surprising to you that I've managed to do it? Rizwan was equally direct about rejecting the representative role. You just can't create from a place of, I'm going to represent the community. I ain't representing anyone but myself. I can't wait on representing an entire community. I can barely wake up to my alarm clock. Both performers, who left their birth countries in early childhood, Vasan from India to Singapore, Rizwan from Pakistan to the UK, discussed how their immigrant experiences shaped their creative perspectives. Vasan argued that immigrants have such a big imagination because the fact that you can conceive for yourself, I'm going to fly to another place and build an entire life for my family and for myself somewhere else involves a huge amount of imagination.